Next myth, it's too hard. I get it. I really do. And the truth is that any type of lifestyle shift isn't easy, especially for the first few days and possibly weeks. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, our kids are addicts and change can be tough. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, just trying to leave somewhere. Two is that this type of lifestyle change requires more thought than just giving them anything that they want. And when I started these changes, I'm a single dad who was trying to figure out how to cook and clean and even take care of myself. And it was extremely overwhelming. But how do you eat an elephant? Same way you eat anything else. It's one bite at a time. And it was certainly a challenge, but the interesting thing was that my life got way easier. And your children's future, in my opinion, is always worth it. Simple tasks like walking down the stairs, getting into the car, things that took an hour and it felt like an all-out war, or something that I never had to think about anymore. So while it was challenging to implement, life ended up way easier. Okay, the next one, I've tried XYZ in the past and didn't notice a difference. So this is different. So most people have heard of, the GF, CF, gluten-free, casein-free diet, things like that. While those things are things that we do avoid, that's not it, okay? Most common things don't work in isolation. And more importantly, they don't attack the most important part, which is attacking the cravings. And this is different. It's not all white knuckling. We want to work with our children's biology to reduce cravings and help them succeed. The other interesting thing is that you may not know this, but your taste buds change depending on what you put in your body. So those are all things that, working with the biology to make change easier. My child will only eat whatever it is, right? And this may sound like a little bit of tough love, but the fact is they'll eat whatever you give them. But I get it. I really do. My son diet consisted of mac and cheese, pizza, goldfish, all the other typical kids' food. And I even went crazy. I'd get the organic mac and cheese, thinking that it was healthy. But, as parents, I think we get scared if our kid doesn't eat, so we'll give them the crap because we just want them to have something. And the reality is you're doing more harm than good. I know people that, their kid won't eat all day, so it's like, I have to order pizza tonight because I know that they'll eat that and they need something. The reality is your child will not starve if they go to bed hungry. And sometimes a change requires them going to bed hungry a few times until they realize that their old methods of manipulation won't work anymore. And this is probably one of the most important things that I'm going to say. But as parents, we need to be willing to say no in order to say yes to your children's future. We need to be willing to say no in order to say yes to their future. Your 4-year-old, I don't know, what your situation with kids, but most of our kids don't drive, they don't work, and they rely on us 100% for their survival. So we're in 100% control of what they eat. A child doesn't know what McDonald's tastes like until you go through the drive-thru and get it for them and order it for them. And I know that there are severe cases where sensory issues are extreme, which is totally different. I'm not talking about those. But the cool thing is that there are strategies for getting our kids to try new things that we'll be going over. Also, there are incredible replacements right now for most of the crap. Like, things have changed completely from the way they were even 5 years ago with the availability of amazing products and things like that. So obviously check with your doctor first, but I can tell you firsthand, as well as from other people that I've helped, is that your child will eat when they're hungry enough. And I know that sounds like I'm just being like over the top, but I hope you take it to heart. Okay, it's too expensive to eat healthy. And the way I look at it is you pay now or you pay later. Better quality food is typically more expensive than lower quality food. It just is. That said, there are strategies that we'll be covering where the difference won't be that much. And additionally, as you cure gut dysfunction and increase the amount of healthy fats that are in our children's diets, they won't get as hungry. The snacking every hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, that goes away if you get them enough of the right types of foods. And I was getting my hair cut a couple weeks ago, and someone complained to me earlier that their kid was eating every 1.5 hours. And I get it, because I used to have that problem. And now that the cravings are gone, snacks are minor, and the quantity of food has gone down dramatically. When my son was 2, he'd eat an entire box of macaroni and cheese and 2 full glasses of milk for dinner. Now at 5, if he ate that, he literally would throw up. Also, doctor bills goes down because they don't get as sick as often. Remember, the immune system's in the gut, so when that gets healed, it won't get as sick as often. And it's very rarely that my son gets sick, which is pretty cool. All right, it takes too much time. I'm maxed out. I totally get that. I love the graphic here. It's like, as a parent, you're doing everything and you're responsible for everyone. And I totally get it. I'm, like I said, a single dad, business owner, responsible for multiple families. And the cool thing about this is it does take more thought and food prep and getting the supplements and everything. But the changes in behavior more than make up for it and make your life easier overall, which is one of my favorite parts.